You know that feeling when you're running on empty but can't seem to slow down? When you're checking all the boxes but feeling completely drained, wondering how everyone else seems to handle their responsibilities without hitting that wall? You watch some people maintain their energy and enthusiasm through demanding seasons, while you might find yourself pushing harder but enjoying less, questioning whether this is just how life has to be. Here's the thing. Burnout is real, and I'm personally recovering from a recent episode myself. Even as someone who teaches these practices, I found myself juggling corporate chaos, my coaching business, family responsibilities, and our nomadic lifestyle. And I hit that wall where everything felt overwhelming and unsustainable. The difference between staying stuck in that exhaustion and finding your way back to sustainable energy isn't superhuman endurance or perfect circumstances. It's four essential practices that I've had to learn and relearn to get past surviving and into thriving. In today's episode, I'm sharing these exact practices that I've worked on and created to prevent burnout before it starts. Because I personally understand and I know the feeling of being completely depleted. Plus, I'm sharing the real story of a client who went from the edge of complete burnout to creating a life that energizes rather than drains them. By the end of this video, you'll know four proven practices for preventing burnout before it starts. And you'll have actionable steps you can implement immediately to protect your energy and well being. In our professional resilience episode, click the link above to watch. We explored how to build strength during workplace challenges. In our resilience toolkit episode, also above, we discovered how to create lasting resilience across all areas of life. And in last week's rhythm episode, also above, we talked about finding alignment with your natural energy patterns. Today, we're building on that foundation because here's what I discovered through my own recent experience. You can have all the resilience tools and know your natural rhythm, but if you don't have proactive practices to maintain your energy and prevent exhaustion, you'll still find yourself running on empty. So let me ask you this. What would it feel like to have sustainable energy for the things that matter most to you? Welcome to Fulfillment Fridays, where we explore how to create alignment between your purpose and your path to fulfillment. I'm Ann Jones, and today we're exploring four essential practices that protect your energy and create sustainable success. I want to share four powerful practices that will help you prevent burnout and maintain sustainable energy. Number one is energy optimization. This is about understanding and maximizing your energy patterns so you can work with your natural rhythms instead of against them. Here's how this shows up in real life. Schedule your most demanding work during your natural peak energy hours, like blocking 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for strategic thinking, if that's when you're sharpest, instead of filling that time with emails or routine tasks. Create energy breaks every 90 minutes by stepping away from your desk, taking 5 deep breaths, and doing a quick walk around the building because your brain needs these reset moments to maintain focus. Batch similar tasks together to avoid energy drain of constant context switching, like handling all your phone calls in one block if you can, rather than scattered throughout the day, or dedicating specific times for email instead of checking them constantly. And protect your recovery time by treating rest like an appointment you can't cancel, whether that's 15 minutes of quiet time after lunch or an hour of no work conversation with family in the evening. Now, let's build on this foundation. Number two is boundary architecture. This is about creating clear, consistent limits that protect your time, energy, and well being while maintaining your professional and personal relationships. Here's what this includes. Practice saying, let me check my calendar and get back to you, instead of automatically saying yes to requests, giving yourself time to consider whether this commitment aligns with your priorities and capacity. Create communication boundaries by setting specific times when you check email, like 3 times a day instead of constantly, and letting people know when they can expect responses from you. Establish physical boundaries in your workspace by creating a dedicated area for focused work where interruptions are minimized, even if it's just putting on headphones to signal you're in deep work mode. And build time boundaries by scheduling buffer time between meetings so you can actually process what happened and prepare for what's next instead of rushing from one commitment to another. What's fascinating is that once you start protecting your energy intentionally, you actually have more to give to the people and projects that matter most. Number three is purpose alignment. This is about regularly checking that your actions and commitments align with what truly matters to you, preventing the energy drain that comes from living out of alignment. Here's what this means. Ask yourself weekly, what am I saying yes to that doesn't actually serve my goals or values? And give yourself permission to renegotiate or release commitments that are draining you without meaningful return. Before taking on new projects or responsibilities, pause and ask, does this move me toward what I really want? Or am I just saying yes because I feel like I should? Review your calendar monthly to see how much time you're spending on activities that energize you versus activities that drain you. Then make adjustments to create better balance. And practice saying, this sounds interesting, but it's not aligned with my priorities right now when opportunities arise that don't fit your current focus, even if they seem like good opportunities. And number four is support integration. This is about building and maintaining the relationships, resources, and systems that sustain you through challenging periods and amplify your success. Here's what this means. Identify the people in your life who genuinely support your well being and make time to connect with them regularly, even if it's just 10 minutes for a phone call just to check in. Create accountability partnerships with someone who will ask you the hard questions like, are you taking care of yourself? And what do you need to say no to this week? Build a network of practical support, whether that's someone who can help with household tasks when you're overwhelmed or colleagues who can cover for you when you need to step away. And don't forget to ask for help before you're desperate. Reach out when you're at 70% capacity instead of waiting until you're at 110%. Here's what's amazing. When you combine all four of these practices, the transformation can be incredible. Let me share a story about a client who is facing the very real threat of complete burnout. I worked with a client who was incredibly dedicated and accomplished, but was running on fumes. They had a demanding position, family responsibilities, and personal goals, but they were working 70-hour weeks, sleeping poorly, and feeling like they were failing at everything that mattered to them. The breaking point came when they realized they were saying yes to every request, working through lunch every day, checking emails until bedtime, and hadn't taken a real break in months. They were successful on paper, but felt completely disconnected from their purpose and passion. They'd wake up exhausted, spend the day putting out fires, and go to bed knowing they'd have to do it all over again tomorrow. I know it sounds familiar to me. How about you? They started using the energy optimization to track their patterns for 2 weeks, discovering they were scheduling their most creative work during their naturally low energy afternoon hours and trying to handle difficult conversations when they were already mentally exhausted. Through boundary architecture, they learned to protect their peak morning hours for strategic work, establish clear email boundaries by checking only 3 times per day, and created a gentle but firm script for declining non essential requests without guilt. Purpose alignment helped them realize they were spending 60% of their time on activities that didn't align with their core values, leading them to restructure their role and delegate responsibilities that others could handle better. And through support integration, they built a network of professional mentors, strengthened their personal relationships by actually being present during family time, and created accountability partnerships that help them maintain their new practices even during busy seasons. What started as complete exhaustion and disconnection became a sustainable approach to high performance. They were accomplishing more meaningful work while feeling energized rather than depleted, making better decisions because they weren't operating from a place of constant stress and had energy left for the relationships and activities that brought them joy. Within several months, they were not only performing better professionally, but also feeling more present and engaged in every area of their life. Stories like this remind me why I'm so passionate about sharing these practices with you. Now, I want to show you exactly how to make these four practices work in your own life. But first, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to share these insights and stories with you each week. I'm so grateful for the time we get to spend together. And if you found value in today's episode, I love your help in reaching others who might benefit from this message. A simple like or subscribe would mean so much, and it helps the algorithm spread these insights to more people. Now, time to turn insight into action. Here's exactly how to use these four practices to start preventing burnout today. Number one, what's one way you could optimize your energy this week by batching similar tasks or protecting your peak performance hours? Number two, what's one communication boundary you could establish to create more space between requests and your responses? Number three, what's one commitment on your calendar that doesn't align with your core purpose, and how can you address it? And number four, who could you reach out to for support before you hit that overwhelmed point? Preventing burnout isn't about working less, it's about working more intentionally and creating sustainable practices that energize rather than deplete you. If you're nodding along to any of this, I'd love to explore how we can work together to create the sustainable success and fulfillment you're seeking. Click the link in the description below to learn more about coaching options and support for your journey. And if you want more insights like these delivered directly to your inbox, join my newsletter for practical tools and strategies for preventing burnout and maintaining sustainable energy. The link is in the description below. Share in the comments below what's one sign that tells you when you're approaching burnout and what helps you recharge. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. See you next Friday for more insights and inspiration.